Hello, FlossTube. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Thursday, April 8th at approximately 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm coming to you today with my newest installment of my cross-stitching YouTube content. Not sure exactly what number of FlossTube video this is for me, but I know it's getting up there in numbers. Hopefully you'll find something here that you'll enjoy. For those of you that just recently found my channel, this is my FlossTube channel. For those of you that don't know, FlossTube is a subset of YouTube creators that upload videos relating to the hobby cross-stitching or cross-stitch. We talk about patterns that we do, things, retreats we go on, just different projects that we're working on, and everything like that. So I invite you to sit down and settle in for this installment of mine of my cross-stitching hobby. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much. I hope you find something here that you will get useful information from. I hope you get inspiration from it, and I hope that you find something here that you enjoy and that you would be willing to come back and watch. For those of you that have watched me before, thank you very much and welcome back. Hopefully, again, you'll find something here on this video that you'll find inspirational and you'll get some enabling out of, because we here in FlossTube land like to think that we enable everybody that watches us to go out and get some really interesting projects. Those of you that are subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and welcome back. I hope again you find something here that you can use or some inspiration for your next cross-stitching projects. So I have quite a bit to talk about today. Let me grab my notes down here. I'm going to actually move my keyboard a little bit out of the way so I have a little more room on my counter. So a little bit of life updates. So this past weekend was Easter Sunday here in the United States. If you celebrated, I hope you had a happy Easter. My Easter was really good. Our niece and her boyfriend and her 2.5-year-old son came up from West Virginia on Sunday because her son was having tubes put in his ears Monday morning, and they needed to come up so he could get his pre-surgery COVID test done on Sunday. And then they went to the zoo, and then my husband cooked a leg of lamb for dinner, and so we had kind of our first ever family holiday dinner here at our house. And they spent the night here at our house, and then they went to do the surgery Monday morning. They came back, packed up the car, and headed back home on Monday. His surgery went really well. He was a trooper. He didn't really seem like he had anything done. You could tell that something was done though, because he's been coughing a lot because of the drainage in his sinuses and in his ears, and he wasn't coughing much at all when he came home from surgery. So that was good. So hopefully everything's going good for him. So we got to have our first kind of Easter dinner with family here at our house. That was really nice. We had a good time. Just enjoyed each other's company and, hung out. The other big event that happened for me, I got my second COVID shot on Friday, you guys, and it actually turned out really well. I was half expecting to have more of a reaction than I had. I had a sore arm, but it wasn't nearly as sore as my first shot. But I didn't have any other symptoms really, other than feeling a little tired on Saturday. But, the tiredness went away. It came on Saturday afternoon, kind of went away by Saturday night, which is good because I had to play bells at church on Sunday for Easter, and that went really well as well. But anyway, I did get my second COVID shot. My mom got her second COVID shot on Tuesday, and my husband got his Johnson & Johnson shot this afternoon. So in about 2 weeks from now, we'll all be ready to get back into visiting with our vaccinated friends. If you haven't gotten a vaccination, hopefully it's only because you couldn't get an appointment as of yet, or maybe you don't meet the qualifications to get it in your area. But I encourage you, if you can, please get the vaccination. It won't stop you from getting COVID, but it will hopefully and happily reduce the severity of contracting the virus should you get it. They're saying that the vaccinations will most likely keep you out of the hospital. So that is the main reason to get the vaccination. So I hope you get vaccinated. I hope you seriously consider it, because I think it's a good idea. And also just know that even though I am vaccinated, I will be wearing a mask and social distancing still when I go out in public, because that is still really important. I can still get COVID, and I can probably still pass it on to somebody else without knowing I have it. So it's really important that you also wear your mask and remain socially distanced even if you are vaccinated. And get your vaccination, because it's really important. Okay, so I am moving on. Let's see. Don't really have a whole lot of other life updates. I have been playing some Animal Crossing. They did the Bunny Day event up until Easter Sunday, where you can find all different kinds of eggs around your island and trade them in and use them in DIY recipes to craft different, furniture pieces and decoration pieces and stuff like that. So I was playing a lot of Animal Crossing the last week or so. I did get back into Stardew Valley, which is another Nintendo Switch game. And so hopefully I'm going to be kind of getting that back going, because it'll be just another thing that I can work on besides my Animal Crossing island. And yesterday I purchased a new game called Cozy Grove. It released today, so I'm able to first play it. It's very similar apparently to the Animal Crossing in Stardew Valley, where you're a villager type person on a haunted island. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to starting that. I do have the game downloaded. I just haven't really started it yet. I'm interested to see what the artwork and everything is. But that is called Cozy Grove. So actually, let me go ahead and so this is Cozy Grove. And you were playing a character on a haunted island, so you get to farm and meet the haunts, and create a camp and do all kinds of things, forage for food and items to create your area in the game. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, knowing that it relates to a haunted island. So that should be kind of cute. It's called Cozy Grove. I believe it was like $14 in the Nintendo eShop. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. So that was pretty much it about life and other things besides cross stitch. And so now we're going to get into the cross stitch. So this video today, I have some plans. I will be sharing with you some haul I got. The haul is going to come first. Stitching plans, and also there is a I'll get more into this a little bit later in my video, but there is a hashtag going around YouTube called the Under 1000 Subs Club. It's hashtag Under 1000 Subs Club, and there is a couple of YouTubers that got this hashtag started, who realized that there's people out there that have been creating videos that still have less than 1,000 subscribers, and some of them, like me, have been out there for a while now. I've been out here for over 2 years, and I still have under 1,000 subscribers. So they've started a hashtag where they're shouting out various people that they come across or that have been mentioned to them that are under 1,000 subscribers. So I will be talking a little bit more about that as well. And, you know, again, going over my haul and plans, and then some a little bit of Stitchy updates. So we will actually start off this section by going through some haul. So, last week I ended up at my local needle workshop, Cross My Heart, here in Columbus, Ohio. And that's just my phone. Bixby's being goofy and trying to be my almost like Siri, where it, you know, it answers my questions, but I don't really have a question for it. It's just being a pain. So anyway, I went to my local needle workshop because they had called me and said that they had a couple of my Nashville needlework market things for me. And so one of the things that came out for a Nashville market, or that was available, was this set of patterns by Ink Circles. It's called Rabbit Rabbit, and it's a set of 12 patterns, you know, a square set of patterns that have rabbits in them. And so you get the monthly rabbits, January through December. So the first 6 rabbits in the Rabbit Rabbit Ink Circles series came in. So this is January. Look at those rabbits. Those rabbits are cute. Here is February. Look at those hearts. The rabbits are really cute. They have really long arms. You know, they're not necessarily cutesy rabbits. They're more folksy. Here is March. Look at those little white rabbits underneath those flower umbrellas. Aren't those cute? Sitting on the tulips. Those are really cute. That's March. This is April. Look at those chocolate bunnies. Yep. Here is May. Look at those little white rabbits and the flowers. May. And June. The other 6 months aren't out yet, but they're going to be added to my stash. So a lot of these are done in Gloriana silks. So I guess I'm going to be in the market for some Gloriana silks here pretty soon. So yeah. January, the interesting thing, January only has 2 colors. It has the brown, winter white, and acorns from Gloriana. So it looks like I'm going to be delving into Gloriana silks for these. I don't have any Glorianas on hand, so that'll be kind of interesting. Yeah. So this is the Rabbit Rabbit series from Ink Circles. I've gotten that. So, bear with me just a minute. I have to check on something. So, sorry about that. I had to check on something. So, also while I was there, Carol Grant, the designer behind the Fireside Originals pattern company, is one of the co-owners of my local needle workshop, Cross My Heart, here in Columbus. And she had a pattern that she intended to put out in Nashville as a free chart. And you're not going to be able to see it, but it's a little Easter Bunny egg. It's a complimentary chart for in-store use only. But anyway, she had a model of it. It was, really tiny. It was only about 2 or 3 inches tall on the piece of fabric that she stitched it on. And I decided to pick it up. And because I decided to pick it up, or get the pattern for it, I also picked up most of the Weeks Dye Works floss. Yes, she stitched it in Weeks Dye Works. I went ahead and picked up Weeks Dye Works. Again, because my cross stitch store has already paid for the floss that they have in their store. So I am paying back the cross stitch store for stuff that they've already purchased. So the colors that it calls for, there's 2 that I already had in stock that I didn't pick up. But this one is Sweetheart Rose. It's a very nice little pink. This one is Mocha. It's a very nice brown. That's actually pretty true there. This one is Lilac. So I have to add these to my thing. This is Autumn Leaves. It's a very nice variegated orange. It's actually kind of, you can see the variegations in there pretty well. This one is Parchment. And then this one is Sky. The 2 other colors that it calls for is Pistachio and Chris's Bonbon. I already have those in other kits, but I picked up the floss because I had initially thought that I was going to start this and finish it on Easter Sunday. But I think I'm still going to work on it because it's kind of spring. I'm just going to work on it when I have the chance, using a piece of fabric from my stash. The stitch count for this is a 30 wide by 43 high, and the model is stitched on 32 count blush Weeks Dye Works linen. Backstitch the arms, whiskers, and nose with 1 ply of Weeks Dye Works 1267, and you backstitch the leaves on the carrot with 1 ply of Weeks Dye Works 2206. Use 2 strands of floss over 2 threads for all stitches. So it's this little teeny Easter. It's a little bunny and an Easter egg, basically, is what it is. It's really cute, though, stitched up. So I'm really looking forward to kind of working on that. So that is something that I got. And that pretty much, well, except for this next thing that I have to show you. So I am also in the GaRon Tottenbags Grime Guard of the Month, and I got my Grime Guard of the Month, my Grime Guard for April, like around the 2nd of April, but I couldn't show it to you until after the 5th. So here is my GaRon Tottenbags Grime Guard of the Month. This is, I get the 11 by 11 Grime Guards because those are the Q snaps that I use the most often. So I will open it up for you. I haven't actually, I've seen the project bags that people have been showing. There it is. But I haven't seen the Grime Guard. So I do know what the pattern is. So obviously it's Easter and spring. Oh my God, this is so cute, you guys. So it is, let me go ahead and turn it this way. It is, look at the Easter bunny and the Easter eggs, you guys. Isn't that cute? So it has, oh, and it smells wonderful. Oh my gosh, it smells so wonderful. So it is tagged with the 11 GaRon Tottenbags. Sorry about that. It's GaRon Tottenbags. There's their label. And this is the 11 by 11 size. The 11 by 11 size. But yes, so it is bunnies. Look how cute that is, you guys. Look at the bunnies. So that is the Grime Guard that matches the project bag for the month. Thank you, GaRon Tottenbags, Gary and Ronnie. Thank you very much. I look forward to using these when I can. Alrighty. So that's all I really have for haul. So the other thing that I got, well, actually no, that isn't the only thing I have for haul. The other thing that I got, if you remember, March for me, Whipgo, the Whipgo bingo board, drew the series. I've got to dig it out, sorry. So the March Whipgo for me, one of the squares was a project that is part of a series. I had to finish one section in the project that is part of a series. So the series that I decided to do for that project for March was the Silver Creek Samplers Sing a Sampler series. Silver Creek Samplers Sing a Sampler series. And this is the Do Re Mi that's based off of the Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is my favorite musical, so that is why I chose to do this one. I had started this last year during the Christmas season when they were airing The Sound of Music on TV. So I went and did a stitching session and started it while I was watching The Sound of Music. And so my goal for the month of March was to get one section finished. So I had started sew, because you know the middle of the pattern is right in here somewhere. So I had started on sew a needle pulling thread, and I realized at one point that I was missing one of the colors, one of the fancy floss colors that I needed to complete the pattern. There's a motif that goes there, a motif that goes here, and there's a couple other little things that I have to add to the section in order to complete it. And I didn't have the floss color. So I went to, let's see. So I went online to find the floss, and I found a company that had it. The color that I was missing was Gentle Arts Wood Rose. There's not a lot of people that have this in stock. My local needlework shop hasn't had this in for a while, and they probably weren't going to be getting it anytime soon. So this was the color that I'm missing, and it's kind of a very light, kind of goldish brown, and it's called Wood Rose. So I got two just in case I needed any extra, because the place I ordered it from had some. And for the life of me, I now cannot remember where I ordered it from. Hold on just a second. So I knew I would find it if I looked really quick. So I ordered it from Saltbox Needleworks, a cross stitch boutique. Here is the header for the inventory sheet. They had the Wood Rose on hand, so I ordered some from them. Really quick, really nice company to deal with. I had placed the order. Let's see, does it say when I placed the order? I placed the order on March 23rd, and it arrived, I want to say last Thursday on the 1st. So it was really quick turnaround. I was really happy with it. Let's see, shipping. Yep, it doesn't say where they're out of. I should have looked this information up beforehand, but I didn't. So anyway, I will find the link for their online website. That was kind of redundant. I will find the link for their website and put it in the description box below for you. So if you're looking for anything that other places might be out of, you can get in touch with them, and they might actually have what you need. But they actually sent me the two Gentle Art Sampler Threads Wood Rose that I needed for my Sing a Sampler series. So I'm hoping that I can finish my March Whipgo square hopefully the next week or two, but definitely by the end of April. So anyway, one of my plans is to finish that with the Wood Rose that I got from Saltbox Needleworks. All right. So you've seen one of my whips, and you've now been told some of my plans for this month is to finish that up. So yeah, yep. So that is that. I will actually stick that in there as well, so I know where it came from. All right, so that is pretty much it for haul, and I've already kind of gotten into some Stitchy Plans, and I will actually kind of get to going into some whips. So I don't have much else to show for my stitching for the month, except Easter Sunday I was going to be spending about 3 to 4 hours at church, so I took a small stitching kit with me to work on. So I got a little bit of progress done on the buttons and beads from Mill Hill, the Enchanted Pumpkin. The Enchanted Pumpkin. So I have to count up how many stitches I actually have in on this, but I've been working on the medium orange that's in here and filling in the medium orange in the pumpkin. So I was down in here somewhere, and I worked up. Nope, I take that back. I was down over in here somewhere, and I worked up this side and started filling in more of the orange over here. Now all these swirls and everything, the only other color that's in here is black. So these swirls are going to be black stitching and black beads. Or there might be another color of bead in there. There might be a green bead or something in there. But most of the rest of this stitching on this is going to be black. So this is where I'm at with the Enchanted Pumpkin. And this needle minder is just a little little shrinky-dink kit. The Target dollar spot has these shrinky-dink little kits that you can buy different seasons of the year. This happened to be a Halloween one from a couple of years ago that had like several different shapes in it. Let's see what I can find. So one of the other shapes that was in this kit was this little witch. I have the witch colored in. I just haven't shrunk her yet. So when I shrink her, you know, I'm going to add her to my, I'm going to put a magnet on the back of her and make her a needle binder as well. So this is just a shrinky-dink kit from the dollar spot at Target. That is in the seasonal, some of the seasonal stuff that you can get. But that needle minder is one of the shrinky-dinks that I colored in and shrunk by baking it in the oven. So you can't call it shrinky-dinks anymore. But yeah, so that is just a needle minder. That was from a shrinky-dink kit. So I have this little witch that I've colored in. You can see I added like some pink to her cheeks and stuff like that, and whites to her eyes, and it'll be cute when she gets shrunk. But there is the Enchanted Pumpkin. This is Whipgo for April. This is one of my Whipgo boxes for April. So here is my current Whipgo board. The square that I didn't finish in March was this one here, part of a series. I had to finish one section. I haven't finished it yet because I was missing a color. So for April, we have box number 3, which is Aquamarine by Carolyn Manning. I have to do 500 stitches in that. Haven't touched it yet. And then box number 21 down here. This one is Complete a Started Mill Hill Kit or 500 stitches on a new kit. So my goal this month for April is to hopefully get this entire thing stitched or finished, including the beads. But I think I will be happy if I just get the stitching on this done. I have quite a lot of stitching left to do because you can see I have all this up here to fill in. The dark orange border comes up here to the corner and then across. And then I have all the black stitching to do. So hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to get this finished. This is stitched on the orange perforated paper that came in the kit using 2 strands of floss. And it's getting really good coverage. I mean, look at that, you guys. It's getting really good coverage. So, yeah. So this is part of my plan for April to get square 21 knocked out and finish at the most, or at the very least, finish the stitching on the Enchanted Pumpkin. I wasn't sure what Mill Hill kit I wanted to complete for this until I was looking for something to take to church with me on Sunday, this past Sunday. And then I remembered that I had the pumpkin. I was like, oh, it's pretty easy to stitch. It's light, and you know, I can see the holes in darker situations because it's on perforated paper and the holes are easy to see. So I could stitch on this, you know, kind of in a darker corner of church, and nobody's gonna really fuss at me too much. And it's really nice little thing to take with me. So I'm hoping to get more on this. I did 184 stitches in this side on Sunday, so I was able to work quite a bit on it. So that is one of my goals for April, is to finish the stitching on the Enchanted Pumpkin. I don't know quite yet what I am going to do with the pattern once I am done. I'll just go ahead and show you. These are the beads that it comes with. There's some purple, it looks purples, greens, and blacks. Yep, there's purples, greens, and blacks in here, and there's a beading needle on the inside, but there's purples, greens, and blacks. And then there's also this button collection little flower that goes on it. Yep, the flower goes up here in the corner. You can see the flower right there. So hopefully that will go together quite quickly later on this month when I pull it back out and work on it again. This is going to be one of those pieces that I can take with me somewhere if we're going somewhere, and I need a project that'll travel really well. So, okay. So that is that. This is just in a cat project bag. I got these from the Dollar Tree. They had these, I think, in 2019 as part of their back to school collection. It's just cats. It's really cute. It makes me laugh. So that's, I kind of have it in here right now, just so I can take it. All right, let's see. So Whipgo, for that, like I said, I don't really have, well, before I get into that, all right, so one of the other things that I kind of wanted to do this month was I had purchased one of these Kitty and Me designs, the colorful bunnies. There is a ColorfulSAL going on right now. It has been going on since sometime, I believe, last year or the year before. It's called the ColorfulSAL, and I will be putting the link to this below. But any of the Kitty and Me designs that are colorful, like the colorful cats, the colorful owls, the colorful bunnies, any of the colorful kits that they have, people are doing stitch alongs with this. And I have 4 of these patterns. I have 3 cats and this bunny right now. And I have been wanting to get started on the SAL for quite a while. Well, I've had this in my stash for a bit, and it's charted in all DMC, so it's pretty easy to the kit up, because you know I'm pretty sure I have multiple sets of DMC floss. But anyway, I was going through some of my fabric for my stash, and I found a piece of Stitch Me fabric from one of their Friday night fight night events in their Facebook group that would fit it pretty well. The fabric that I'm using does not have a name, so the colorway, it's kind of purple, mottled purple with a little bit of pink thrown in, so it's really kind of pretty, and it fits it just nice because it's colorful bunnies. This is called Lavender and Orchid, so it's in kind of like blues and purples. So when I was going through my fabric stash, I figured this piece of fabric would go really well with the colors that it's stitched on. So I went ahead and started this on Easter Sunday because bunnies. So this is a new start for me. Whoops. So I don't have very much done on it. I've done, I think, 211 stitches. Is that how much I've done? 127 stitches. I only did 127 stitches, not 211. But this is where I got. So you're not going to be able to see this a lot. So there's, this is his ear. So this would be his ear on this side. This ear. So you can see some of my stitches in there. So I did make the start on this on Easter Sunday. I'm hoping to get more of this stitched, but this is the Be Stitch Me Friday Night Fight Night fabric that I got from a month or two ago on one of the last Friday Night Fight Nights that I participated in from Be Stitch Me. I will put the link to the Facebook group for Be Stitch Me in there where they post the Friday Night Fight Nights. This is a 32 count Logana. Is that right? Well, it came off. There it is. Yes. So this is a 32 count Logana, 18 by 27 from Be Stitch Me. And it doesn't have a color on it. This is the lot number that I won from Friday Night Fight Night. So there's pinks and purples. That's pinks and purples. But yeah, he's going to be kind of right in here. And the good thing is he should only take up about right in here on the piece. So I'm going to have, you can see this extra is folded up here. I'll have a lot of extra to put a second bigger project on here. This is an 11 by 11 Q snap. And so hopefully I'll be able to get going on this. This week. I'm hoping to make some progress on this week. But this is my newest whip, my newest start. All right. And because it's a bunny, I have been, I picked this GaRon grime guard, to go on it. This was one of the, I think this was last year's Easter, but you can see it's bunnies as well. This was the grime guard that I chose for it. But that is the Kitty and Me Designs Colorful Bunnies Lavender and Orchid. So that is pretty much all my whips that I have going right now. So for Whipgo, the other square that I have for Whipgo is Carolyn Manning's Aquamarine. If you remember, I don't have the color print for this. I don't have the color print for this, but here is the pattern, Aquamarine. It's in teals and greens. This is my birthstone, so I haven't worked on this yet either, but that is as far as I've gotten on Aquamarine. So looking forward to pulling this out and working on this a little more this month. My goal is 500 stitches. I am doing this 1/1. This is just a white even weave that I had on hand from Michael's or Joann's. So there is Aquamarine. That's where I've started. I haven't worked on it at all this month yet. So hopefully you'll see some progress on this by the end of the month. I don't know if you'll see any progress by my next video, but hopefully you'll see some progress on this by the end of the month. But that is my other Whipgo board square for April. All right. So you've seen my plans for the Do-Re-Mi, the Colorful Bunnies, and the Aquamarine for Whipgo. The Do-Re-Mi is also for Whipgo. So that talks about my plans for some of my plans for the month of April. So I went over Whipgo. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. I took notes, but I still feel a little discombobulated, and I'm sorry this seems kind of erratic, but that's kind of the way I've been. Work has been a bitch, frankly. One of my coworkers took this week off. Didn't get her work done before taking the week off. And she still had outstanding work from February that should have been done in March. I got all mine done in March. She didn't get all hers done. So guess who got saddled with doing all of her work that she didn't get done? Starting yesterday. I haven't been happy. It's been kind of a long one. Anyway, magazine monthly challenge. April's theme is April showers. And the acrostic is rain. So I do have it filled in. I've picked Amid Amish Life out of the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine as my theme chart, my theme pattern for the month of April. I don't know if I'll get to it, but here's to hoping. I put down that I wanted to get 250 stitches in on it. And then for rain, these are the projects that I picked. Celtic Rose by White Willow Stitching for R. Aquamarine by Carolyn Manning. Ink Circles, Needles Dance. And The Needlewoman Murder Mystery from Curtis Behringer. I think his name is Behringer. It might be Bowringer. Or Behringer. I don't know how you say it. Curtis Behringer, The Needlewoman Murder Mystery. I don't know if you remember that series that came out probably 15, 20 years ago. It's been a long time. It was an interesting, kind of an interesting concept where there's a story attached with it and you stitch all the different sections, and all the different sections had the clues to solve the murder. It was an interesting concept, but the problem is the pattern itself was riddled with some errors and omissions. So there was a lot of unhappy people. I put it away for a while because I kind of got sick of the one color. I think it calls for a lot of like color 611, which is kind of like that weird khaki brown, and there's a lot of it in there. I think 611 is the color that it calls for. Maybe it might be like 644 or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So I just decided, hey, I came across it in my pile of stuff that I was going to that I was digging through, trying to find something else, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll just put that on one of my monthly things. So those are my magazine monthly challenges for April. I don't know if I'll get to any of them. About the only one that I know I'll probably touch, because it also is for Whipgo, is the A for Aquamarine. 24 hours of cross stitch. The April acrostic is either punch and stab or the sewing method. So I did fill out, I'm more of a punch and stabber. I do punch, stab, punch, stab. Some people can do the sewing method where you go in a hole, out a hole, and then pull it through. I'm more of a punch and stab. So you can see I put in most of the letters for it. So some of the projects include Epic Pokemon, The Needlewoman Murder Mystery, Cricket Collection's Skeleton Crew, Any Heaven and Earth Design, Aquamarine by Carolyn Manning, Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic, Seahorses by Fireside Originals, Teresa Wentzler's Fantasy Triptych, Amid Amish Life, and Colorful Bunnies by Kitty and Me. I'm almost done with the Colorful Bunnies. I have roughly half of that one done, so I'll at least be able to get through some of that. So here is my 24 hours of cross stitch, April acrostic. Some of the stuff that I have planned for that. For holidays. And then the free cross stitch challenge group. Free cross stitch challenge Facebook group. They have posted the April stitching mission file. It's the PDF file that came out from creativelycrafting.com. Stitch with intention, achieve greatness. So, for the month of April, you have your April stitch count, the stitch mission, 3,200 stitches. Each one of these X's accounts for 100 stitches. There's 32 of them. There's 32 of them, and they make a bunny. Look how cute that is. I've already done 300 stitches for this month. I haven't done much more than that. It's not a lot. I got a lot more to do. So this is the April stitch count. Stitch mission is 3,200 stitches. And you fill each one of these X's in for every 100 stitches you do. Then the Stitcho, they have different things you can do for the month to mark off the boxes. The Stitcho for April includes Spring is coming, stitch outside. Share a pic of your whip back. Complete 250 stitches in a row. Share your first ever project. Look up ways to dye fabric. What looks fun to you? Spend a session on your newest project. Make your own stitchy signature and have fun with it. Kit up a new pattern. 300 stitch session for today. So you stitch 300 stitches one day. You post how you started stitching. You have a Sunday stitch session. So any of these different things that you can do for the month, I've already done one. This one is do a 1 hour stitch session. I stitched on Easter Sunday for at least an hour. You fill the X. Whew. Then they also have their own little form of Whipgo. You just put your whips in the boxes. You can put a whip in as many different boxes as there are boxes. And then whenever you do a stitching session on that whip, you fill in the box. I have actually attached some other goals to these. Like Amid Amish Life is just a stitch session. Sing a Song Sampler is finish the sew square, because I'm really close to finishing that. The Colorful Bunny, I put on here start for 100 stitches. I actually finished that. And there's just other whips that I've put on here. So once you finish that, you get an X. You get to color in the X. And then at the end of the month, you get points. These are the point breakdowns. So basically you count up your points and you count up your points for the month, and then there's a deadline. The deadline to enter is May 6th, and there'll be a drawing on May 7th. The April prize is a free copy of Hello Spring Stitch Along from Creatively Crafting. Oh, so those are some of the April things that I have, I'm considering. I'm still tracking my stitches. This is how I was tracking it for January, February, and March. It's put in the project I was working on and how many stitches. You can see I really didn't stitch much. I was working on a diamond painting in March. Really didn't stitch much at the end of March. And so far in April, big old goose eggs. I stitched one day, Easter Sunday. That is the one day that I've stitched so far this month. So far, big old goose eggs for it. So, semi-sane stitchers. This is my Stitchy. Let me get this a little organized. This is my Stitchy clipboard. I kind of keep this with me in my stitching location so I can mark down each day what I stitched, what I worked on. But anyway, so for semi-sane stitchers this month, they're doing Go Fish. Basically, each day they spin a wheel. They spin the wheel for the letter. The letter of the day, you just work on, you put 200 stitches in on a piece that begins with that letter. It has to be the name of the chart or pattern, not the designer. That's not included, but you pick the letters. You stitch 200 stitches on the piece that fits that letter, or you can declare Go Fish if you don't have one that fits that letter, and stitch 400 stitches. So the penalty is 400 stitches a day or 200. I've been keeping track of the letters on my board here, so you can see I've been keeping track of the letters. We have so far picked letters T, a wild letter, so anything goes. The letter Q, the letter U, the letter F, the letter A, the letter Y, and today's letter was H. So I haven't stitched any of those. Go figure. So I'm going gangbusters on the semi-sane for Go Fish. The other semi-sane thing that I'm planning on doing this month is the April Focus, where you pick one project that you have and stitch increments of 1,000 stitches. I'm probably going to use Carolyn Manning's Aquamarine because I am doing it one strand over one full cross, and it goes real quick because it's one strand. I'm not trying to, make sure that my threads are laying perfect. So it'll go pretty fast. So I'm hoping to use Aquamarine for semi-sane stitchers April Focus. I already went over the Magazine Monthly Challenge. I went over the 24 hours of cross stitch. Whipgo. So I talked about Whipgo. Whipgo weekend is this weekend. So the whole thing besides Whipgo weekends is they pick one weekend every month, and you take any of your Whipgo projects, preferably this month's projects. You take any of your weekend projects or your Whipgo projects for the month, and you set a weekend goal and get it done. So part of my Whipgo, I think this weekend might actually be to do the sew and to get some more stitching done on Aquamarine, to actually probably work on Aquamarine this weekend. So Whipgo is this weekend. It starts tomorrow, Friday the 9th, and goes until the 11th. International Hermit and Stitch Weekend is next weekend. That is a group where you hole yourself up in your house, put on some comfortable clothing, and do nothing but stitch all weekend. I haven't actually been able to do that, but there's quite a few people that do. But anyway, that's coming up next weekend. And I also went over the free cross stitch challenge. So the last thing I kind of wanted to talk to you about tonight is there are a couple of FlossTubers who have decided that they would create this hashtag. I kind of alluded to it earlier. They would create this hashtag called the Under 1,000 Subs Club. Okay, the Under 1,000 Subs Club. And what that is they have decided that they would shout out some FlossTubers that they have come across or that were recommended to them that have been putting out FlossTube videos that are still under 1,000 subscribers. I'm under 1,000 subscribers. I have like 570, I think, give or take. And I've been producing FlossTube videos for a little over 2 years now. So yeah, I kind of recommended myself to one of them. Sammy J Stitches recognize this on one of her recent FlossTube videos. So I went over to the two people's FlossTubes that have started the movement, Carrie in Stitches and Link is my homeboy. They were the two people that came up with this. Sarah King from Our Stitching Kingdom also has started to call out a couple of YouTubers, other fellow FlossTubers that have under 1,000 subscribers on their channel. So hopefully, if you're here and you came here because you heard my name on somebody else's channel as being part of the under 1,000 subs club, thank you very much. Let me know in the comments down below where you heard about me. That I'd love to find out who's been shouting me out so I can go there and thank them and also shout them out. But anyway, Carrie and Stitches and Link is my homeboy started this movement, and Sammy J Stitches is following up, as well as Sarah King from Our Stitching Kingdom. So there's a couple of people that I kind of wanted to let's see. Looking over some of my past notes. Okay. So one of the new ones that I just started watching today, actually, her YouTube channel is called Steno Stitches. Her name is Shelly. She has an Etsy shop, and her husband designs cross stitch patterns, and she stitches them and sells them. So it is Steno Stitches. She has also called out the under 1,000 subs club on her most recent video. Then there's also Sprinklestein Stitches. She's really funny. I watched her this afternoon too. I forget what channel I heard her on initially, but somebody had shouted her out, so I went over to her channel and subscribed to her as well. But anyway, I will link all these people's YouTube channels below for you. And that is pretty much all I have. So, interesting sidebar. My channel here is also talks about one of my hobbies of ghost hunting. So there's a couple of ghost hunting opportunities that are coming up in very soon, actually, this summer, and I'm kind of excited for. There's one down about 45 minutes southeast from Columbus, where I live, at the Fairfield County Infirmary. There is a ghost hunt going on down there. I don't know if it's this weekend. It might be this weekend, but they have many events lined up now. My husband and my mom and I took a flashlight tour of the infirmary a few months back, and it was really interesting. So I may actually be going on a ghost hunt at the Fairfield County Infirmary coming up pretty soon. So if I do that, I will hopefully be able to upload some video content, or some of the content from the ghost hunt. There is also the West Virginia State Penitentiary is also doing kind of an overnight ghost hunt from like 9 a.m. to 4 in the morning. That is coming up, I think, sometime in July or August. I may consider going down there for that as well. So that should be fun. And then the last weekend in July 30th through August 1st or 2nd, I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of the paranormal shows that are on TV, but on the Travel Channel and now on Discovery Plus, there is a paranormal investigation group called the Ghost Brothers. Dalen, Spratt, Juwan, and Marcus are doing kind of an overnight weekend at a estate in Illinois. And that's coming up July 30th, August 1st, and August 2nd. And they're doing a meet and greet. So Friday night they have an investigation, a Saturday afternoon meet and greet, and a Saturday night investigation. And I am considering going to that. A year ago in January, my mom and I went to Marietta, Ohio, to the Lafayette Hotel in Marietta. It's kind of where my husband grew up. And they had the Lights Out Lockdown event at the end of January down there. And they also coincided it with their Paranormal Expo weekend. And the highlight of the weekend was Dalen Spratt from the Ghost Brothers was the celebrity investigator that came down for the weekend, or that came up to visit for the weekend. And we got to investigate the Lafayette Hotel with Dalen Spratt. He's really funny. He's a really nice guy. He's quite good looking, and he's just really fun. So having another opportunity to see Dalen, and then to also meet his partners Juwan and Marcus would be probably really fun. So I don't know if I'm going to be going to that at the end of July or not. It kind of a little bit depends on finances and a little bit depends on time, because it's about a 5 to 6 hour drive from here. So I'd probably be leaving Friday morning, Friday early afternoon to get over there, and then I'd probably be going to Saturday night's investigation, staying through Sunday and coming home on Monday. I don't know yet if I'll be going to that, but if I do, you can best be sure that I'll be putting some stuff up. On that same note, a couple weeks ago, I had started to review some of the footage from the Lafayette Hotel investigation I went on last year. And one of the things that I was watching was the walkthrough tour that we were given on Friday afternoon before our investigation started Friday night. And I think I did catch a couple of EVPs on that. So I'm going to have to go through. I take notes as I watch it, just to see if catch the time, get the timestamps recorded, so I can go back and watch those and kind of see if I need to enhance the sounds and stuff like that, to see if I caught what I thought I caught, and then hopefully I'll be able to get some more of the evidence that or more of the footage and stuff that I captured during that event last year. My goal is, by sometime this summer, get all that stuff watched and listened to see if I've caught anything, and then I'm going to be getting it submitted to the Hidden Marietta people who hosted the Lafayette Lights Out Lockdown last year, just to see if they can look it over and see if they can if they can verify that yes, I did indeed catch some stuff. It was a great event. But anyway, yeah, so I have a couple of ghost hunting events that I may be going on sometime this summer. I'm looking forward to that, because it's something that I have a lot of interest in. So keep that up, keep that in mind. If you're into that sort of thing, I'll hopefully be coming to you with some footage from some of my ghost hunting events this summer, hopefully. So anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully you've gotten some good inspiration on this video. Hopefully it wasn't too crazy for you. I'm a little discombobulated. Work has me scatterbrained, which is probably why this video seems so scatterbrained too, even though I do have notes. Hopefully you found some inspiration, and hopefully I'll get my stitchy bug back. I just haven't really had my stitchy bug. I'm hoping my COVID shot didn't kill the stitchy bug, because that would suck. But anyway, that's all I have for you. It might be a little erratic this month for cross stitch updates. I'll probably have a diamond painting video here coming up soon, especially if I can get the diamond painting that I started on my birthday completed. I'm hoping to do that this month as well. And if I can do that, then I'll have a diamond painting video. I don't have any new diamond painting stash per se, but anyway, I don't know when my next cross stitch video will come, because I don't know what kind of stitching I will be getting done. This weekend is Whipgo weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to get some progress on Aquamarine, or at least the Mill Hill kit this weekend. I don't know. Bell Choir is taking a hiatus for a couple of weeks, so I have Sunday free. I do have to get out and mow for the first time. Oh, our new car is going really great. I love the new car. It's great. And that investigation in Illinois with the Ghost Brothers, it'll be the first chance I'll have to have a road trip in my car. So yeah, that could be kind of fun, my first road trip in my car this summer. But anyway, nothing much else is going on, and I don't know when my next video will be. So just kind of keep an eye out. If you want to find out, want to be notified when I upload new content, make sure you click the subscribe button below and also click the notification bell, and that way you'll definitely know when I upload new content to my channel. Alright, so until next time, keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do, and we'll see you soon. Bye.